So you've had some thoughts of moving to the North Dallas area and you're trying to find the best fit for you and your family without having to break the bank. You want the best quality of life, but you don't have $1 million budget and you don't want to spend a crazy amount of money. Well, that's why we're going to cover the city of Princeton, Texas here today. Now, it's been quite a while since I've covered anything on Princeton, Texas. I have done some vlog tours as of late of some of their new construction communities, but it is one of the fastest growing areas in all of North Dallas. Population of about 26,000 people as of the making of this video here in 2023. 10 years ago, I believe Princeton had a few thousand people. So just to kind of show you the growth, what's happening, I think it's a great place to live, especially if you're on a budget and you want something new. So that's why I wanted to make this video, give you a little updated information on what's going on in the great place of Princeton, Texas. So make sure you stick around because we're getting after it right now. All right, so in this video, we're gonna cover some of the things that I really love about Princeton, Texas, and why you should possibly think about moving here, as well as some of the negatives. Now, I have people call me all the time to move to different locations here in North Dallas, and my job is to find the best home for you, and I do not want you moving somewhere that you do not want to be. So I'm always gonna be upfront and honest with you, because I want you to be able to talk to me and be friends after the transaction takes place. So the first thing we're going to be talking about in this video is going to be new construction. New construction because Princeton is one of the best places to find affordable new construction by a mile. And I say that because they are building everywhere in Princeton, Texas, and you've got price points, you know, mainly in the 300 to 400 range is going to be about their average for building a new house. And if you know anything about the North Dallas area, some of the surrounding areas with schools in the similar rating are going to be, the price is going to be astronomical. So you're not going to find anything in the 300s in those locations like Frisco or Prosper, in the 400s, even the 500s anymore in areas just down the street. So Princeton has amazing options. If, you know, as you know, the interest rates have gone up quite a bit. Some people are afraid to purchase right now. We're out here in the holiday season, and now is the easiest time to purchase a house. And I want to bring up some of the incentives that people are giving out in Princeton, Texas. There are builders buying down your rate into the 5s, and that is not a buy down. That is a permanent 30-year fixed into the 5%. That is the rate that many of you are waiting for, and if you wait for everybody to have the same rate, I guarantee you the incentives are going away and you're gonna pay a whole lot more for that house. So they're paying down your interest rate right now, they're paying for your closing costs, they're giving you a washer, they're giving you a dryer, they're giving you a fridge, they're giving you blinds, everything. And this is just one of the communities in Princeton, Texas. So lots of exciting new construction going on around there, 300, 400, 500,000. And I'm definitely going to be doing some more videos out there because people need to know that you can buy a home and get it to fit in your budget for less than you are renting for right now. The next thing I'm going to bring up is an exciting development, and it is just outside of Princeton, and that is the McKinney Airport. So if you know anything about Princeton, we are just outside of McKinney, Texas, basically attached to McKinney, Texas. One of the best downtowns in all of Dallas, Texas is in McKinney, and that is just about 10 minutes away, depending on where you're located in Princeton. But there is an airport in McKinney that's been around for quite some time, and it's usually, you know, used for FedEx and different big companies to, you know, travel themselves or send packages, that kind of thing. But they are trying to pass a $200 million bill here currently to get commercial flights in place, and by 2026 hoping to do 20 flights a day out of McKinney, Texas. Why is this a big deal? Because if you're getting commercial flights out of McKinney, which is right next to Princeton, you can talk about all the growth, development things that are going to come to this area, as well as your home appreciating quite a bit. It's going to bring so many great things to the area, and I'm really excited for this because if you're curious how long the commute is to DFW, If you were to go during rush hour, you're probably looking at about an hour. If you're going on a typical middle of the day to DFW airport, you're looking at about 40-45 minutes to get there. So having an airport right in your backyard is going to bring so many great things, and I think it's very exciting. So hopefully that bill will get passed, and this will be something here shortly here in the next couple of years. Another positive about Princeton that most people don't know, they always ask about how are the schools in the area. Well, Princeton is rated an A- over niche.com, which is better than some of the areas with even more high-priced real estate. So they've got tons of new schools, I believe 6 elementary schools now, multiple middle schools, 1 high school, and I think they have, I believe, 11 or planned to build like 11 new schools in the next 10 years. So if you're wondering, is this a place that's going to grow? Is my house going to appreciate? All those things, well, all the above. You're going to have all kinds of development coming there. And I'm sure the only people that are going to complain about this are the locals that are from there that enjoyed that small town with just a few thousand people. But lots of great things going on there. Great schools, 15-to-1 student to teacher ratio. So if you're wondering, how that is, that's about the average over here, but it's still very great, and lots of new schools planned ahead. So a lot better school rating than a lot of people know. And the next thing I want to bring up is some of the outdoor recreational activities out in Princeton, Texas. Now, that is not going to be the first thing you think of if you drive through Princeton, but they do have 4 large parks as well as many HOA parks. So if you live in a community with an HOA, most likely you're going to have a great park that you can use. But, people use these for birthday parties, for hanging out with the kids and family, but they are all scattered across Princeton, Texas, and you're right down the way from Lake Lavon. So a big, massive lake over here with amazing fishing right down the street, and as well as some campsites and everything like that. So if you like a little bit of outdoors, Princeton is a good spot, and it is kind of the corridor outside of DFW if you were somebody who wants to go hunting out in Fannin, Grayson, all the outlying counties. You're usually going to drive through Princeton, Texas to get there. So just want to bring that up if you are curious about a little bit of outdoor life here in Princeton, Texas. All right, guys. So of course, if I'm going to bring up all the good, I got to tell you the truth about absolutely everything and bring up the bad. So if you're looking to move to Princeton, Texas, the one thing or a big thing you need to know is 380. 380 is the main highway, the corridor into Princeton, Texas, and it is a stop and go, stoplight highway. And if you drive down this road during rush hour, during morning rush hour, afternoon, if there's a wreck, you're going to be stuck there a little while. It can be very frustrating. And due to all the construction going on, you're going to see a whole lot of rock trucks, 18-wheelers, and that type of thing. So you're going to be extra careful, and just realize just to check your phone before you leave to check on that commute time. So for many people that move here out of state and from bigger cities, New York, California, New Jersey, those types of things, they think the traffic is, laughable. But to locals like myself, it can definitely be a negative. And so I just want to make sure I bring that up with you. And another thing I'll bring up that has to do with 380 is if you were coming to visit and check out Princeton, Texas, and you're wondering the geography, what it looks like, I'm going to be honest with you. The drive into Princeton, Texas is not the prettiest. You're going to be heading down 380, and the majority of what you're going to see is old commercial buildings, some new commercial buildings, lots of old tire shops, car shops with kind of stuff out front. Just not the prettiest. It's not the prettiest drive, but they do have some absolutely gorgeous neighborhoods out in Princeton, Texas. But the main little drag on the way in could, have you wondering, is this the right place for me? But just keep on driving. I know you'll get through, and you'll see some of the most, some of the great neighborhoods at affordable price points with tons of families, things to do, safe, that people really enjoy and love and have lived there for many years. All right, so the next thing I'm going to bring up that could be a negative for you is if you are somebody who is looking to build or buy a higher end home, $600,000+, you're definitely going to be the anomaly in Princeton, Texas. So the majority of homes in Princeton, Texas, like I said, are going to be $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. There's not a lot of high end new construction or resale homes in Princeton, Texas. So That's a big thing that you need to know. If you have the money, Princeton, Texas, you're just not gonna have as many options. Now, I will bring up, if you were looking to build on an acre lot in Princeton, now there are some beautiful homes and beautiful home options. And one of the places that is really well known and not talked about enough is Princeton Lakes. That place is absolutely incredible. Every house has its own little ski lake. There are 3 ski lakes, I believe, in the community. Crystal, clear turquoise water. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's some of the coolest houses and coolest neighborhoods that I have seen. So even if you're not looking to buy there, you definitely need to check it out. And it's in one of my vlog tours. That's where we start off with. All right, and the last thing I want to bring up is that it could be a little difficult to sell one of these homes here in the near future. So if you're looking to buy a home in the affordable price points, $300,000 to $400,000, like many people do in this area, just know that if you're in one of the newer communities with lots of phases to go and you plan on staying there for maybe a year or two, that it could be a little bit tougher to sell because you're going to be competing against more new construction. You're going to be competing against those amazing incentives, the closing costs, and the rate buy downs if rates are still where they are. Hopefully not, but I just want to bring that up. If you're trying to buy a house in the area, I think it's an amazing idea, but if you're trying to get out of that house, resell it, and move on to something else within the next year or so, I just want you to be careful to know that new construction is going to be your competition here in the near future. Now, if you plan to stay 3, 5+ years, I don't think it'll be an issue, but just know, be aware of the neighborhood. This is something we can talk about a little bit further down the lines. But I hope you enjoyed today's video and got some great information up here about Princeton, Texas. If you want to talk more about this area or anywhere in the North Dallas area and you have any thoughts of moving here now or a year from now, I would love to be your agent of choice. So don't be shy. Give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. And I'd love to help you and your family make a smooth move to Dallas. Hope to see you around town.